Honda Civic has long been one of the best-selling compact cars here in America, with its combination of good value, excellent reliability, and high quality. After a full redesign just last year, for 2017, the Civic sees the return of the hatchback body style that Honda loyalists have come to know and love, and a minimal price increase. So let's go ahead and check out and take a closer look at this 2017 Honda Civic Sedan LX. Now, the Civic is undeniably one of the best-selling cars in America, and year after year it competes with the Toyota Corolla for the top spot in the compact car class in terms of sales. Now, I really do love the styling of the Civic, as I think it's unique and it looks like nothing else on the road. And I love how they made the sedan in a hatchback style when you get to the rear, and it doesn't look like a normal typical sedan. Now, the Civic comes in 3 body styles. It comes in the coupe, and then you also do have the hatchback body style, but my favorite of them all is certainly the sedan. And our trim of the Civic we have here is the base LX trim, and it comes pretty well equipped. Here goes the key fob design for the vehicle. You can get a smart key for the Civic, and most Civics will have a smart key, but you do have your lock, unlock to release your trunk, and your panic alarm. Now, this color of the Civic comes in the crystal black pearl. And you also have a full-on cloth interior. Full-on manual driver's seat adjustments too. Now, stepping on inside of the Civic here, the first thing that you'll notice is that it features a pretty simple yet modern design layout, and the Civic has certainly grown up a lot in terms of its interior space. There's plenty of it here, and it almost feels like as roomy as an Accord a couple of decades ago. But I really do love the stitching on the dashboard. It gives it a much more high quality vibe inside of here. Push button ignition is optional. Most trims will have it. And what you're hearing there is your base engine, which is a 2-liter 4-cylinder. Coming to your transmission, we have a CVT automatic with lower gear selection, and you also have an electronic parking brake. Now, this is your optional transmission. You can go for a 6-speed manual if you would like, but when you put the vehicle into reverse, this displays your rear view camera with guidance lines. And we're going to go ahead and turn on the headlights and the hazards. Driver's window and the front passenger window are fully automatic. Let's go and pop up the hood and check out the engine bay. "16-inch steel wheels." Can get alloy wheels, of course. Halogen projector beam headlights and LED headlights are optional. We have standard LED daytime running lights. Now, powering the Civic here is your base engine. It's a 2-liter inline 4-cylinder that produces 158 horsepower at 6,500 RPM and 138 pound-feet of torque at 4,200 RPM, with EPA estimates being a pretty good 31 in the city and 41 on the highway. However, there is an optional 1.4-liter turbo 4-cylinder that produces the same amount of fuel efficiency numbers but more power. However, you do pay more of a cost up front for that vehicle. Now, the Civic can be had with a CVT automatic like ours, or you can go with a 6-speed manual transmission. But most Civics are going to be had with the CVT automatic. Now, competitors of the Civic, you have the vehicles in the compact car class. This includes the likes of the Ford Focus, Toyota Corolla, Dodge Dart, Nissan Sentra, Chevrolet Cruze, and the Volkswagen Jetta. Now, pricing of the Civic, every trim except for the top-of-the-line touring model can be had with the Honda Sensing package, which bundles up a bunch of safety technologies such as lane departure warning and adaptive cruise control. Now, pricing starts at the base LX, which starts at $18,640. You also do have the EX, $21,040, EXT 22,200, and then the EXL 23,700, EXL with navigation 24,700, and the top of the line Touring 26,500. Now when you get to the rear of the Civic sedan, like I said, it sort of has this hatchback-like body style to it, even though it isn't a hatchback. But it's pretty unique looking. Now the final assembly point for this vehicle is actually in Greensburg, Indiana. Overall vehicle score, it's a 5, pretty good there. EPA estimates, like I said, 31 city, 41 hideaway. And total vehicle price for our particular one is $20,275. Of course, you have all of your basic power necessities, power windows, mirrors, and your door locks. Interior quality in the Civic is quite impressive, and fit and finish is overall pretty good, and it's pretty competitive against other compact cars in the class. And there's soft touch materials on the upper door panel and on the dashboard. Like I said, you have that nice molded stitching, which is nice. Overall, it's a pretty nice looking interior. Coming to the steering wheel design, steering wheel is pretty modern, fairly stylish. Over here we have your steering wheel mounted audio controls, Bluetooth phone controls, and your voice recognition. And then you have your cruise control too. You can get adaptive cruise control. Coming to the gauges and the instrument cluster, it's a pretty traditional looking setup. And in past generations of the Civic, you had the twin eyebrow design, but they got rid of that when they redesigned this Civic generation here. But on the left you have your coolant temperature. In the center you have your digital speedometer, tachometer, exterior temperature readout, and it shows you what gear you're in. And then over here we have your fuel gauge. Now in the Civic you will find plenty of storage inside of this vehicle, and I think the Civic has the most storage space in the compact car class. You also have a USB charging port down here and a little cubby where you can store things, and then you have another little cubby up here, and then down here you will find your brake hold, and then your electronic parking brake, and then your econ mode. And you have a very large center console. It's very deep, and there's plenty of center console storage. And you have dual cup holders with a removable tray, and you could slide it like this, which is nice. Lots of storage space down there. And as far as the seats go, the seats are very comfortable. Lots of side bolstering, and they provide a good amount of thigh support. Certainly take a longer road trip in this vehicle. And up here you have a manually dimming rearview mirror, map lights. And visibility out of the Civic is okay. There's plenty of glass area on the front windows. Seeing out the windshield is pretty easy. But when you get to rearward visibility, it can be a little hard to see out of due to that sloping roof line. It's not as good as the last generation Civic. What I don't like is how the glove box slams right down, but it's no biggie. You also do have automatic climate control. You can get dual zone automatic climate control. You have your temperatures right here, fan speeds, and your different zones. Easy as that, fairly simple to use here. And then coming to the main head unit and the radio here, you can get a much larger touchscreen available. However, this is our base radio head unit. This is what comes on the LX. Now you do have all of your audio sources here, all of the norm: AM, FM, Bluetooth streaming audio, your USB port with iPod integration, and your auxiliary input. Then you have your seek and track button right there as well. And it's fairly simple to use. And I love how Honda has the traditional button for the volume knob right here. They don't have the touch sensitive one that goes on the side right here, which can be very finicky to use. But overall, it's fairly simple and it provides minimal fuss. Now, as far as the way the Civic drives, the Civic is actually, in my opinion, one of the best driving vehicles in the compact car class. It feels nimble and it feels predictable, and at times it does feel pretty precise. But what I love is that it also has a very smooth ride quality, and it's very quiet inside, especially at highway speeds, and it feels very refined. And you never notice when this CVT automatic is shifting. It never hesitates to shift. It doesn't make that typical drone of a CVT. And I think it's probably one of the most refined cars in the compact car class, and it offers a really good balance between decent ride comfort and decent handling too. And overall, I think this is the best driving vehicle in the compact car class. And the 2-liter 4-cylinder provides an okay amount of power with really good fuel efficiency, but if you want more power, go for that turbo 4-cylinder, which provides also the same amount of fuel efficiency as this 2-liter here. All right, and let's go ahead and shut down the Civic. Let's go ahead and check out the rest of the vehicle. Materials and build quality somewhat follow through in the rear. On the armrest, it's wrapped in cloth. Up here, it's hard touch plastic. Now, sitting back here, there's plenty of space back here. Plenty of legroom, plenty of headroom as well, even though it does have a sloping roof line. But no mat pocket on our LX back here, nor adjustable headrest or a rear center armrest. You have to step up to higher entry levels to get those features. But it's a pretty comfortable experience. You can get heated rear seats back here if you would like. All right. You'll also find a pretty good sized trunk. What I don't like, however, is that the seats don't fold down 60-40 split. Instead, it's all one piece. So the 2017 Honda Civic is easily one of the best choices in the compact car class. With its wide range of powertrains available, its excellent fuel efficiency no matter what powertrain you get, and its comfortable interior and refined driving dynamics, it just makes for a very compelling choice for a compact car. So remember that this is Cameron Birch from Cameron's Car Reviews.